Hello everyone, and yeah, welcome back to a Random Ramblings. Now, before I get too far into this video, I just sort of need to say I'm using a bit of a different setup at the moment. I'm using like a different, I'm using Logic Pro at the moment to record this into. Still using the same mic, it's just a different room, and I'm having to hold my mic because my mic stand isn't around. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way in case you want to complain about the audio, but I hope it's not that bad. But let's just get into the video before I waste any more of your time. So today we're going to be talking about the Joker movie. I thought it was quite fitting to do that because, it comes out tomorrow for me, the 4th of October, which is tomorrow, if you haven't guessed already. But depending where you are in the world, it could be somewhere else, or like another day. But I just sort of want to talk about just the total fire surrounding it. Not fire in a good way. I mean, there's lots of hype about it. People are saying it's a really good movie, a 10 out of 10. Like a movie you'll remember for years and years, which I do hope it lives up to the hype, if I'm being honest. But what I'm going to sort of talk about is just the media behind it. They just hate this movie for some reason. Now, I don't want to make this political. Me and James try and keep this channel as apolitical as possible. We do have our opinions. I'm not going to say which they are. I'm not going to say what they are. Sorry, my grammar's all over the place today. I'm not going to say, oh, we fully support this side, or oh, we fully support that side. But because there's no point to it really, and also YouTube don't really like that. So yeah, why is there this just massive media backlash to the movie? Well, in a few simple words, I think the best way to describe it is white male, no controversy. That's all it is. And I've just got to make this abundantly clear. I am not racist. James is not racist. No one on the channel, or no one who has appeared on this channel or is associated with this channel, is racist in any way. What I meant by white male was, I'm just trying to think of a way to sort of put this across without offending anyone. Pretty much, the movie centres around a man who happens to be a white male, and I think it's set during the 80s. I could be wrong on that, but I have a strong feeling it's set in the 80s. So obviously there's going to be some issues from the 80s. Like, one thing I've seen a lot of is people smoking, because in the 80s a ton more people smoked than they do now, because obviously there weren't any vape things where the awareness was just coming out about how bad it was. So if you take the issue of smoking, for example, compare what we know now to what we know back then. Of course, everyone smoked back then. So if you compare that to issues that are around now, those issues weren't around back in the 80s, and people are trying to apply like a modern sort of mindset to a movie set in the past, but they won't apply it to other movies that are set in the past. They'll only pick and choose very little things. So it could be the issue of gender equality, it could be the issue of civil rights to black people and other races of people, or other ethnicities of people. If you can't tell already, I'm really trying not to offend anyone, because I've just read through that article about all the different words on YouTube that can get you blacklisted. So, I've probably already got this video blacklisted just by saying the word white, haven't I? But, so the whole media thing about this is, or the whole thing that sort of wanted me to talk about this was at the Joker premiere, which was, I think, 2 or 3 days ago, where basically, to put it bluntly, the media wanted something to happen. They wanted someone to run in and shout something. They wanted a massive controversy to happen. Ideally, they wanted someone to be injured or possibly killed. I'm not suggesting that the media at all actually go out and kill people, but all I'm saying is, if something like that happens, it will help sell, and it will help put across their point of this movie is bad because of X, Y, and Z. So yeah. So the main reason I think that the movie is getting a lot of hate behind it at the moment is mainly because, as I said before, it's a white male. At the premiere, nothing has happened actually, and also the movie looks quite successful, or it looks like it's going to be quite good. And also, if we look at it from another point of view, DC Comics, Marvel, I've forgotten the other comics off the top of my head. Oh, this video's not going too well. But ever since, I know in DC, ever since the New 52 sort of era, or like quite recently, they've tried to put more like progressive stance in their comics. That goes for Marvel and other comic publishers as well. So I've forgotten the exact name of the group. I think it's the A-Force. I could be totally wrong on that. If I'm wrong, I'll put a thing up on screen now. But pretty much it was in a Marvel comic book like series where all it was female led superheroes, and for whatever reason the comic didn't sell very well. I think it sold some like 30,000 comics, which I don't think is that good at all over its lifetime, or 30,000 in a rough estimate time, which isn't very good. And obviously all these new progressive waves of comics that are trying to push all these really weird and radical story ideas and like character arcs and rewriting the history of some characters. Obviously it's going to offend a lot of like long time fans. It's going to really annoy people who have just started liking characters, and also it means that people aren't going to get into normal comics. So I'm not a massive comic person. I brought a few. I know a few storylines and all that. But say for example that I had never brought a comic in my life, had absolutely no idea about any of the Marvel heroes, never seen a Marvel film, never seen a DC film, and I walk into a shop and all I see is just these really bizarre looking comics. I'm never going to buy one. I'm not just saying like the art's bizarre, I mean the actual storylines are just weird, or they're that disillusioned from real life that I'm just going to go, this doesn't make any sense. And I do know that most comic books are disillusioned from real life, but they have some narrative to them, whereas a lot of these progressive ideas of comic books simply boil down to the fact that this person is a woman, this person is black, this person believes this, so therefore they win. It's just like, it's not only extremely predictable, but it's also just like, why out of everything in the comic that's gone on, it's just that factor that's caused them to win. It just doesn't make any sense. I have no idea how long this video is. Probably not that long, but I'm going to wrap it up now. I know this has been a ramble, but that's the name of this series that I do. I need to start doing more of these, but I don't know if James has said in the video or not, because my memory's terrible. But I'm just taking a break because I've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. But you don't want to hear about that. So yeah, be sure to check out the podcast that's coming out soon. Be sure to check out James's solo stuff on the channel as well, and also his gameplay stuff. And I should mention it as well, we have got a highlights channel, but nothing's been uploaded there, so I'll have to get to work on that. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, if I'm on that video or not. But yeah, hope to see you then.